FarmRite is the model that ProAgrica uses to set up, to automate, and batch process a lot of your tasks as far as recommendations for nutrients, as well as products, and as well as lots of layers and levels of analysis tools. If I open up my Summit Professional, click on the FarmRite icon, I'll get this page for Place New Orders. I'll select the Place New Orders option, and once the window opens up, then I get my window to come in here for doing the Summit ordering in FarmRite. You'd pick your crop season, whatever that would be appropriate, and I've got a video over this specifically. You would give it a name, order name, that means something to you. You would pick as many fields and farms as you want to run orders for. So if I wanted to run across all of these fields underneath Fremont family, as well as if I wanted to run under all of the farms and fields under Joe Smithton, and maybe everything that's underneath the Vern Midash as well. You can pick every one of those growers, farms, and fields. When I come over here to the right top side of the screen, you'll see your location in the world that's based upon your invoicing for your company through our system. But if I open this up, you have all these different options, and I'm going to stretch this out just a little bit. Here's all these different options. You've got multi-year analysis. This is one that will go through and take multiple years of your yield data and look at what the actual trends are over time compared to the average, what the stability is, what was the percent change over time, and then the management units would be areas where it's really high and stable, and average and stable, and low and stable, and unstable over a number of years. You could take this even further into the analysis and say, I want to do my crop and say that I want to select to do my variable rate seeding based off of the multiple years of analysis. This is the one that's highlighted is actually this one up here, but it's broken rather than in the 4 classes. It's got 7 classes of very high and stable, average and stable, low and stable, very low and stable, and unstable. As far as the yield goes over whatever crops there might have been over X number of years, and then you put in your populations what you might want to do for, let's say, corn recommendation planting. Another option is you can come in here and do things like flat rate recommendations. You can do flat rate recommendations right now per field and across the farm, but this would allow you to do it automatically in a batch process, as well as if you come down through here, you'll notice there's a bunch of the university recommendations. So if you're in the part of the country what uses the Iowa State information, that's the Iowa State recommendation logic for lime, and Iowa State for phos and potassium and zinc. If I scroll on down through here, you'll notice that I've also got demo surfaces. Think of these as your analysis surfaces. Everything that I've shown up to this point has been analysis as far as what's been plugged into an equation. This is actually taking the soil test points and interpolating using, in my case here for my agronomic analysis, I'm using kriging and putting those into 60-foot cells. You can also come down here and you'll notice that there's yield surfaces, and you can create the yield surfaces for the moisture, for the yield, for the elevation. The point I'm trying to make is this is limited only to what you as the user can think up to incorporate within the FarmRite batch auto processing. So you think up what you want to do as far as with your data. You're only limited by what you can think up to do with the data, and if you have the data, then it's really just up to what you as a human can figure out what you want to incorporate as far as going in and doing any analysis upon those layers of data. Following videos will break this down and show many of these and what they give as the output.